So I'm really excited about this upcoming collaboration with Mantra Percussion. I've had an opportunity to work with Mantra now for a couple of years, and finally now really getting to write a piece that's explicitly for them for some concerts coming up. Pretty excited about it. One of the nice things about working with Mantra is we can bounce ideas off of each other as I'm preparing for the concert. So I talked about a lot of things in terms of the numbers of percussionists, the instruments that we want to play with. And at the end of the day, I think the guys are really open also to letting my interests take a priority in a way, so that I'm writing a piece that I feel really good about, but that it also connects to what they're trying to do. The two pieces that I'm working on for the upcoming concert, one of them is a piece for percussion and children's chorus. So I have a relationship with the Young People's Chorus in New York City, and they also have a tradition of doing a lot of new music. So I'm writing a piece explicitly for SSA choir, two soprano sections and an alto section, which is kind of the treble choir. And to complement them, I had this idea about writing a piece for 4 percussionists on one vibraphone. I've written a lot for vibraphone and glockenspiel in the past, and one of the things that's really interesting to me is having the opportunity to start exploiting things like muting on the instrument. And when you start doing that, it means that the percussionist has to use one hand to do the muting and one hand to do the playing, which is a little bit limiting because then it kind of prevents them from actually having a lot more opportunities to do sort of like multi-mallet stuff. They can do muting with 2 mallets and stuff, but having a lot of control really makes sense to have like one bare hand. So I'm thinking about exploring a lot of those concepts in this piece. So the second piece that I'm working on for the upcoming concert will be utilizing the organ in the space that we're going to be in. I'm excited about working with the organ. It's not an instrument that you get to work with if you're working in secular concert environments that often. But it has a tremendous range, and I'm interested in exploring that. I'm also always sort of been interested in drones, and I think that pipe organs, especially old ones that are kind of a little bit out of tune, tend to kind of produce a lot of sympathetic vibrations and heating patterns when you do drones, and I'm trying to exploit that. I decided that I wanted to supplement the sound of the organ with timpani. I've written a piece before for 6 sets of 4 timpanis, so 24 timpanis total. Joe Bergen, one of the percussionists in Mantra, recorded that piece a couple of years ago for an online record label, and I've never had a chance to actually perform that piece live. So I thought this might be the closest that I get to actually getting a number of percussionists together. But instead of having 24 timpani, I've kind of been trying to be a little bit more merciful to the guys so they don't have to bring all the equipment. And really think actually it would be really interesting to do a piece with just 4 drums. And the way that I'm thinking about setting up the drums is that 2 players would be on 2 drums. So like basically each player would have access to both of the drums, and that they'd be each doing a little bit of muting on the drums while the other player is playing. So that maybe someone might be wearing gloves to kind of do a little bit more soft muting and things like that as the percussionists were playing. So that really we could talk about isolating individual overtones of the drums. Those timpani have like these huge overtone ranges, and if you just put a finger in one corner, all of a sudden it changes the overtones that you're getting out of the drum. So experimenting a little bit with trying to figure out different sound masses that you can create using the timpani and the organ.